Well, I think it's finally time to make this video after a few days of thinking about what transpired on Saturday. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. First off, if this is your first time here, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, comment, share, all that fun stuff. We're trying to do a ton of different videos, and honestly, this is one of the videos I never thought I would do on this channel. But this past Saturday, June 6th, my wife and I were supposed to go to Morgan Wallen and see him in Pittsburgh for his second show of the evening, or the weekend. I know what you're thinking. Why are you going to see Morgan? He has a lot of controversy that he brings with himself, but some of his music I do like. But I was honestly going to see Ella Langley perform, so we've tried to see Morgan twice with Ella, but just things have happened. So once they finally were coming to Pittsburgh, we decided, hey, let's go check him out and see what this was about. So we bought tickets about 8 months ago when they went on sale. So it was a day we were kind of looking forward to. We couldn't attend Friday night show, even if we wanted to. But the Friday night show, I did not want to attend, just because Brooks and Dunn was there, and I've got to see them before opening up for Kenny Chesney. So with Ella being there for the second night, I figured perfect night to go. It's a Saturday night. We can get a babysitter for the kids. We can head out and have a nice evening to see a concert. I guess even if you don't like Morgan Wallen, his music, or what he thinks he has done in the past. Yes, I don't agree with most of the stuff he's done in the past. I think he kind of has an anger issue. And I think he has some other issues too, which I'm not going to get into here. We thought it would be a fun night out. So it's really hard. First, the one thing that living in Pittsburgh, everybody knows, and I know Morgan's not from Pittsburgh, but you can't trust the weather, man. They can say it's going to rain, it's going to snow, and most of the time it never happens. Especially in this case of the concert. Concert gates were supposed to open at 4:30. Now this concert was called off at 1 p.m., which to me seems way too early. Also, heard some rumors that he was long gone before 11. Is it true? Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. But a lot of things point to him canceling this concert that wasn't because of the weather. Something I feel, and this is my opinion, again, my opinion, not facts, but even hearing other people talk, I feel something happened Friday night, maybe even into Saturday morning, and he canceled this concert and used the weather as a delay. Now, I know some people are going to come back and say he loves his fans, blah, 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 blah. But he's canceled concerts before. He's canceled concerts because he was sick. He had the vocal cord issue at one point. He's also canceled concerts because of mental health issues. And honestly, I feel like if those were one of the reasons why he canceled, I don't think there would have been so much outrage for this. Yes, you had people coming into town that got hotel rooms. We were one of them. We got a hotel room because we figured we didn't want to be driving home super late after the show. We were going to be down there all day. Also, you had people traveling from out of town. You also had people that were coming in spending $250 to park, which everything was non-refundable. So yes, the tickets were refundable, but nothing else was. So the first thing I want to show you is a clip. Actually, I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys. This happened back in 2009. This was actually the Garth Brooks concert at the same stadium that Morgan was supposed to perform at. Garth Brooks was performing, and the stadium was packed, sold out, just like it would have been for the Morgan Wallen concert. But there was severe weather in the area, and it forced a temporary evacuation in a 1-hour delay. Because of this, the city actually temporarily lifted the venue's 11 p.m. curfew, and Brooks played a 2-hour set. It was amazing. I was actually there. Everybody had to get out of the seats and go to the concourse. He still performed, and they took it a little bit later. Now, the storms that were supposed to come through when Morgan was going to perform, the storms that did come through actually came through before the gates even opened. Now, yes, people are going to say there were storms south and east of the city that were actually kind of bad. We were already in the city, and it rained a little bit, got a little windy, but it was fine. Everybody was fine. And I'll show you a picture of what it looked like with Garth out on stage as it was raining. This is what makes me think it's not about the weather. I mean, even though his stage was not as huge as Morgan's, you're still in a bowl. And I don't know why. And I have a feeling the truth's going to come out eventually. And I'm probably going to catch some flack for this video. But I don't think that the weather was the reason for the cancellation on Saturday. Now, I know back in August, or back in 2011, at the Indiana State Fair, there was a stage that collapsed due to a windstorm. But I feel like the scenario was actually different there than it was here in Pittsburgh. I know he kept saying that he didn't want anything to happen, which is great, and I totally agree with him on that. But I feel like the stage set up in Indiana was out in the open. There was nothing blocking the wind from that. And they're known to get the windstorms, unlike we are. I know we've had some crazy windstorms recently in the past, but I just feel that was actually totally different. The crazy part was people were also going back to Friday night's incident where he grabbed a cell phone off of a security guard. I don't think that was the reason why he would have canceled the show for that. Now, the security guard should have been doing their job. Should have not have taken the person's phone unless maybe Morgan told this person to. So, throwing that out, I still think, I think that's a bunch of bull. But like I mentioned, the June 6th show this past Saturday was canceled around 1 p.m. There was severe weather in the area. They were calling for some stuff, but as we all know, living in Pittsburgh, it can all blow over super fast. Yes, we're going to get refunds on the tickets. He also said he talked with local officials and decided to cancel. I wish some local officials would speak up and say that I don't feel like the local officials were spoken to. It's also out there that he was gone before he even talked to people at Acrisure, which makes me think it was not the weather. I want to give Morgan the benefit of the doubt, but it's really hard after seeing this and hearing that he was out of the city before it was even announced. Now, one of the performers, one of the opening acts, actually went to a local bar in Pittsburgh and performed after that for the group of people. Would have been really cool if Morgan would have did that out in the parking lot. Once we got over to the North Shore, where the stadium is located, people were still tailgating. They spent anywhere from $100 to $250 to park. It was non-refundable, so what are you going to do? You have all this food, all these drinks, you're going to have a good time. Now, the one benefit to this, I feel, is with all these people who were supposed to go to the Morgan Wallen concert, ended up around the North Shore and downtown Pittsburgh, which actually may have actually helped out some of the local businesses in the long run. A lot of the restaurants and bars we went to, they were full of people that were supposed to be in the concert, but were actually filling these other places. What makes me think something happened, and I'm actually going to play this clip real quick. I grabbed this off of TikTok. This was his entrance on Friday night. What seemed really off, and what makes me think something was wrong, was because of his entrance. I actually watched this. Somebody was TikToking live Friday night because I was really curious to see who his entrance was going to be with. His entrance Friday night got me thinking, and I actually said something to my wife. I said, I feel like there's something wrong. Usually with Morgan's entrance, he's always energetic, he's dancing, he's having a great time. From the start of his entrance Friday night, something seemed off. He didn't seem to know where he was going. He didn't seem happy to see the guest he brought out, who ended up being Kurt Angle, which is honestly a weird one to me. But it was a fun one. But he just seemed to be off. He just did not seem to be himself that night. I don't know. Things just don't add up after seeing the way this guy performs. I'm not sure. But then the following morning, he posted a video calling out all the people who were saying about all the nonsense of what happened. To me, again, I'm going back to, was it the weather? But it can't be. There's no way this was about the weather. I feel like they would have never made this decision that early with all these people down there. Just delay it a little bit. This isn't the first time somebody's performed in the rain or high winds. Luke Combs has done it. Taylor Swift has done it. Garth Brooks has done it. But here was his apology. I'm not even going to say apology because he really hasn't apologized to anybody. And he probably won't. And he probably doesn't need to because he still gets his money. And he's still going to have most of his fans. But here was his video he posted Sunday morning.
Morning. My team walked on my bus, told me that they had been consulting with local officials and that I should cancel my show in Pittsburgh tonight. And I said, why? They said that there was going to be strong winds in the area. And I said, okay. So that's what I did. And that was the information I had in the moment. And I trusted my team. I understand that wind and whatever else hasn't gotten to Pittsburgh yet. I know it has touched some of Pennsylvania, so my heart goes out to all those affected by it. But the truth of the matter is, I have a large stage that in those conditions could become fatal to a lot of folks around it. So I did the best I could with the information I had in that moment. I've been seeing a lot of nonsense about me that is simply not true. And I just wanted to clear the air. I think my true fans know that that's not how I operate in general, but I had to say it. Y'all take care.
So he mentioned about true fans knowing what he's about. Well, in his career, he has postponed 18 individual concert dates throughout his career, largely due to severe weather, unexpected personal emergencies, and strict ordered vocal rest. But every show that has been formally postponed has been successfully rescheduled, except for this one. Is there something about Pittsburgh he hates? Or what happened Friday night? And honestly, I'm going to guess we'll never know. The truth will probably never come out. And people are probably going to say the truth already came out, that it was the weather and that's why he did it. But I feel like, again, the show is too big to cancel that early. You have all these workers, everybody's getting paid, and you're just going to up and cancel a show and be out of the city before it's even announced. Now, why didn't he go to Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever to announce this closure instead of just posting on his story on Instagram, hey, show's canceled tonight, blah, 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 which is how a lot of people found out. I'm not sure. And like I said, maybe it's not meant to be that I get to see this guy live. Honestly, if he ever comes back to Pittsburgh, I probably won't buy tickets. Just knowing that now that he has a history of canceling for suspected wind or maybe even a little bit of rain, it's honestly, even if he comes back here, and I honestly would not travel to see him because I'm not going to travel somewhere where there's a chance that he's going to cancel. All these years of me going to a concert, I've never been to a concert where somebody has canceled before. Even a sporting event. Sporting events here too. I mean, the Steelers play in the stadium. They get snow, they get rain, they get wind. Mother Nature's crazy, but it's getting crazier. But just to say, oh, I have a big stage, didn't want it to topple over. Well, I think you should make adjustments so things like that wouldn't happen. You're a performer. I know I jumped around a lot in this video, but I wanted to get it out just to say what I thought. Because honestly, I just feel that it wasn't because of the weather. Something seemed to happen. And it was all because his mannerisms and the way he acted Friday night. And I know people are going to say, oh, he stayed 2 hours afterwards to sign autographs. It's probably because he knew he wasn't going to be back the next day. So guys, if this was a video you enjoyed, which I will probably never post a video like this again, unless I go see Morgan again and he cancels, please hit that subscribe button. Comment, share. It helps out the channel a lot. I'd like to hear your opinion down below. And I know I'm going to hear some of the die-hard Morgan fans, which I felt like I was a fan. And I still wanted to see him, but I don't know. I just feel this. I feel like he canceled, not because of the rain and the wind, because of another reason. So comment below, tell me what you think, why he canceled. Maybe you were supposed to go to the show also, and what's your thoughts on this? Was it because of the wind, was it because of the rain, or was it because of something else? So until the next video, guys, we'll see you later.